together.
Gotta get your life. Yeah, we live. Go ahead and do your thing, man.
Okay, hold on.
And sound.
So how was your day today?
My day. He sounds muffled. Huh?
I
Oh, I'm
sound
good.
muffled.
No, she talking too. It's like you sound muffled.
Oh, okay.
But let me turn it up. Maybe it sounds better. But no, I'm good, man. Just I I gotta get off of TikTok, man. These memes is killing me.
Did you find a dude for me?
I didn't find a dude for you, but I will. But yeah, man, everything is good, man. It's no riots here in South, up in here in Philadelphia, but you never know what's gonna happen, man. But yo, it's
Right.
interesting. You heard about this situation in New York, right?
Oh, what's up?
We'll discuss it. One of the big gamers on Twitch said he was gonna be at Times Square, and he's gonna be giving away PlayStation 5s. And he forgot how close Times Square is close to Brooklyn and the Bronx.
Right.
Found out, but it was a mob. It got ugly.
He's getting charged.
He getting charged for that?
Inciting a riot.
How you inciting a riot? I mean,
He
dude.
didn't have a permit.
So he was there to give away free PlayStation 5s, and it didn't go right. So
You got a little out of hand.
I think it got out of hand real quick. So
I understand.
that situation happened. Let's see what else we can talk about
The weather.
other than this Trump shit. I'm glad we know you too, so I can cuss, because that stuff just makes me just irritating. Because I'm kind of tired of political. I don't know if this is what it's doing to make people kind of get back into the take the taste out your mouth. Oh, crew cut want to get in. Let me send it to crew cut. I knew. Dude, he just sent me a link.
I'm leaving.
Let's see what's up. You know what? It's gonna be interesting. I want to hear what he got to say though.
I already told you what he's gonna say.
Hey, stop. All right. So I sent you the link, crew cut. Did he say Trump? Crew cut. I ain't talking about no Trump 220.
So, how long did it take?
Shit.
How long did it take?
Boy. Still got 78 indictments, and everybody still wanted to be president. I still don't get this shit. I don't care about Biden. I don't care about Trump. I don't care about nobody that's over the age of damn 60.
Right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and tell people that right there.
I'm gonna let Uncle Patrick.
I don't care about anybody over 60, because if you, especially in your 70s and 80s, you still carry a certain type of stigma. Stigma? I was gonna say stereotype. So, all right. First of all, what's going on with you in that head, dude?
He's not at the grocery store.
I'm just being me, dog. And a real Mayan coming up out of me. That's all.
You actually, you know what? I'm feeling the indigenous right now. I'm feeling the indigenous. You know what? You just like, you know what? We just different. See, you probably gonna start a trend with this, and probably gonna have half of damn Georgia wearing their hair like that
and drinking watermelon juice.
Whoa! I can't go that far.
I think that they got what they asked for when they messed with the dude that was a security guard.
We ain't even started yet.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jerome.
Oh, all right. What's up, Facebook family? What's up, YouTube family? Uh, Thank y'all for joining us tonight. But as always, anything that you hear, everything that we say, is strictly our opinions. Please don't believe anything that we tell you. Take the information, go research it for yourself. Come back. Let's build upon that. What's up, B?
Yo, what's good? What's good, man? Just want to let's build. Let's build, crew cut. Let's build. All right, crew cut.
I'm with it.
None of that BS that you be throwing that just.
Hey, man.
What's up, Coach? What's up, Coach?
Hey, man. That was a moment of everybody in the country felt like we was together. Everybody was like, yes. But
it's good and bad.
I don't like the fact that they trying to make it a white and black thing, because it was white folks fighting with the black folks as well. If you really watch it, it was some white folks over there fighting with the brothers. So they need to stop the black and white agenda. It was just some folks was just trying to be mightier than thou. It was like, I don't care what you say, and that's what just came back and bite him in the ass.
I know it was kind of interesting, and then the temperature of the country is getting more like that. It's getting crazier.
You said getting more like that? Yeah, I mean, notice it's been like that.
It's been like that, but it's more noticeable.
Well,
it was kind of one of those, you fucked around and found out. I did not. When my man threw the hat up, dude, I heard hootie hoo. I don't know. I heard hootie hoo when he threw that hat up, and I heard, and it found like it was a rally cry, and it was like the bat symbol hit the ground. It was like, dude.
No, that was his. When he threw the hat up, it was trying to scare them folks up off him. Really, he was just like, "Just what y'all want." I'm about that. You know how we get loud and very. I don't even know the word, huh? Yeah, we get very dramatic, and so he wasn't expecting them to swing on him, and they did.
He charged him though. He charged him. White dude charged the hell out of him.
Yeah. They got it in.
But I swear, when I saw it, I heard hootie hoo, and I was like, yeah.
Me too.
Know, it was like a lot of things happened, but I like it that I'm not condoning violence. I'm not saying it was violent, but it was for somebody to be taken up and not watch him get beat down or watch him get, jumped. People came out of nowhere, dude.
What? Kobe about their life.
Let's say this. We don't condone violence, but we do advocate self-defense. And so that was them coming to his defense more so than just a violent act. It was good to see Bone Crusher and the East Side Boys. I hadn't seen them in a while.
That's so
so it was good for
them. It's like everything song came out, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I was excited.
I mean, but it was before even seeing the brother jump in the water and start swimming.
He was 16 years old.
You say he jumped in the water?
He killed.
I thought he was coming. I thought he was coming from Atlantis.
Yeah.
He didn't swim from Atlantis.
He was 16 years old.
I don't know. I probably would have got halfway and been like, "Give me a minute, y'all. Give me a minute. Give me a minute."
He lost his boot in the water swimming over there.
I guarantee he had on Tim.
Yeah.
And they didn't send them so much money for it already. They didn't cash out him so much money. He had to go online and tell folks, "Thank you, I got more than enough money."
They got a GoFundMe already?
No, they was cash having a young boy that was 16 years old for losing his boot.
But
that's all right.
But to see that many people, and I mean, I hated when it got docked. When it docked, I guarantee you, it probably got even worse.
Well, so now you got people going back to the site. They done found the chair, the infamous chair. They taking pictures with the chair. You got families' portraits with the chair. You got folks saying that this is the new Black History Month, and that's the day that will go down in history.
I got a AB, I got a friend. I
You
got a
might as
friend
well
of
just have
mine.
fun with it. We might as well have fun
Yeah,
with it. But
I got a
that
friend
chair,
of
I'm
mine.
telling you, dude, they're not selling no
He
more
put he,
chairs. With
he
no
put
more
a, he
chairs.
put a chair in his trunk. He said he ain't riding nowhere without that chair.
Man, I'm seeing folks put chairs on their hip, tying
Yeah,
them to their belt, walking around with them. Yeah, them folks talking about this one for Unc.
But I'm trying to find the good thing about it was the unity. Again,
Yeah.
it was unity, and they took up for this dude, and it's sad to see that. I guess alcohol. That's why I don't drink, because I don't want to be in that situation.
Alcohol is not good. But yeah,
yeah.
it was the day to remember. It
And
was
that was Saturday, right?
I don't know what day it was. I just know when it came out, it came out.
Boy, that memes has been nasty. Dude, one was Thundercats. He threw the hat up and the Thundercat symbol came out. Boy, I'm
Yeah,
telling
I
you.
didn't. They already reacting it. I done seen some brothers at the pool side throw his hat up, and some white guys jumped on him, and then out the blue, some brothers came out. They done did reenactments already. They cutting up.
But I hope we can channel this energy and use the unity part.
Yeah,
True.
you know the news ain't doing it. They ain't doing it.
Oh, they're not
News ain't
going
gonna
to. That's
do
not
it.
their
They don't
job.
really care. They look at it
That's
as
what we need. That's
these
what.
thugs. They're gonna look at it. These thugs, these hoodlums jumped on this family who was just outside having a good old time, just enjoying the sun. That wasn't on this
I
morning.
didn't get on his show.
Say what now?
Oh, no, I was talking to my lady.
Oh. But no, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, I don't know how many people get arrested for that.
Everybody that got caught up, I guess. I know they caught one of the old dudes with the chair.
All right, the dude
They
hitting
told
the chick, hitting the lady with the chair.
folks
Though.
in handcuffs.
They hit the women with the chair. Though. I was like, oh, you could have hit a man with it.
Well, you seen when she kicked that man in the head when he was laying down? That's why he wasn't charging after her. She kicked him in the face.
I mean, she got what she deserved. She didn't
She
jump
walked
in.
over there, and while he was down, the men was handling it. The men had him down. She walked over there and kicked him in his face. I was like, what? The sisters took care of that, though. I look
But
like
it was a group
everybody.
effort. It was a group effort. And I mean, but it's so much is going on in Alabama, dude. It was kind of like, well, hell, I don't know, man. Alabama is right now, I guess this is one of the steps to fight back against some of the bullshit that's going on.
But I said that it's it really ain't nothing really much that don't already been going on. My thing is we would rather look at this because it's entertaining than what's really going on and face the facts, the reality of, like, in some states is banning fishing, hunting, and growing your own food. Oregon has already passed the law, I believe. I'm not for certain. Don't quote me on that. Like he said, you do your own research. But people in Oregon are complaining about their petitions that's been put out for them to stop hunting, fishing, and growing their own food. That's big. That's real big. So people need to really pay attention and start bucking, because it has to be somewhere we can notify and show people that they have vaccines in food, that they're putting in food. It has to be some type of way where we can kind of manage this stuff and watch it, because now you making us take it that don't want it. You just gonna make me take this stuff.
Yo, did you watch that movie? They clone Tyrone.
You got watched it about 5 times.
What about you, Jerome?
Yeah, I watched.
That shit was deep to me.
We Tyrone.
Oh, yeah, it had a lot of messages.
We are Tyrone, because Tyrone wasn't in the movie. We are
Tyrone
Tyrone.
was at the end. Tyrone was at the end.
Right
it
at
was
the end.
Oh,
They remember
at the
because
end.
they implemented it everywhere. They already implemented in all the cities. That's what they were showing you, that we all are Tyrone. We all playing our parts in this so-called matrix.
you got the Matrix.
Right.
You have
Our behavior. Our behavior is Tyrone.
Like what just happened at the thing, Tyrone. You see what I'm saying? Anytime what they call it, stereotype comes to real life, that's Tyrone.
it was. It
Yep.
also brought me the whole Islamic story of Yaqub. That's one thing that I did once Tyrone, what not Tyrone, but whatever the guy that did get shot met the maker. It's like the updated story of Yaqub. I know a lot of people might not know of the story of Yaqub, but they are saying, and this is when especially when I heard the story through Minister Farrakhan, he was talking about the story of Yaqub, and that Yaqub was the creator of the white race by
Yaku.
say
He's
again?
supposed to come from the middle of the earth,
Yeah,
and he wasn't supposed to be up here. And yeah, it's an old crazy story.
story crazy, but it's kind of similar though. It's if you look at it now, if you look at the movie and look at the story, it's like a 2020. It was an updated version of that whole story or that whole.
Oh, sure was, because them folks was underground, wasn't it?
There you go. And there was one
Yeah, they
one
were.
guy doing the creation, and he
But
just had the
that,
power to do it.
that
So
story, that story crazy. The
so
Yaku story is crazy.
a lot of people don't know about it though. But if you do,
Go
it's
on
great.
YouTube, look up Yaku, the mad scientist, and it's like a volume, like a series of it, where they talk about his family, where he come from, what happened when he came up here, how the humans didn't like him, all types of stuff, and
The
when
Anunnaki.
yeah, how folks was mixing with folks, how folks was influencers, all types of stuff was going on in that Yaku. I watched that about probably 5 years ago, probably 10, something like that.
It's deep. It's deep.
Yeah,
But
man.
Yep.
it's kind of funny because you have that situation. That movie happened to come out. You hear the whole situation with the aliens. The whole counselor.
It's
With
a book. I read a book back in 2013 called Interview with the Devil.
yeah, that is a book that I keep hearing that everybody telling me I need to read.
Yeah, I
And
got that.
And he says everything that we doing today, he said in that book. But the crazy part about that book was he was talking about packs of cigarettes. They ain't had pack of cigarettes when they wrote that book. That what kind of threw me. I was like, wait a minute. He said we was gonna smoke 2 to 3 packs of cigarette a day.
Right.
There's people doing that. And he was like, they get you when you're a kid, when your mind is most vulnerable. 3, 4, and 5 is when they get you.
that's what all that sugar that they put in them cereal.
Right.
Oh yeah. And then
Get you addicted.
it's the parents' fault feeding them all that sugar.
That is true.
You go to the grocery store, you buy $500 worth of groceries, 200 of the snacks and zam zams and zoom zooms. Your kid's gonna have
That's
some
true.
problems.
Yo,
That's
check
true.
this. It's kind of interesting, Jerome. When we grew up, and if you was on WIC, you didn't get no sugary cereal.
Nah, you got
Well,
that
Cream
fake
Dynamite
cereal.
was the sweetest, I
You
think.
got you got some cream of wheat.
Right.
The Cheerios
Nah.
that you had to put your sugar in.
Oh yeah, I remember them.
You had regular cornflakes that you had to put your sugar in.
Yeah,
Kid,
yeah.
what was it?
Corn flakes. That's what it was.
Cornflakes. What was the white one? That wasn't Tricks. What was the
Kicks.
white one? Kicks. God, that shit was so nasty. Boy.
Then we wouldn't have no business drinking milk anyway.
And we were drinking milk like crazy. That was
Yeah.
like that's your summer, especially the summer. Oh, that's all you're drinking. It's during the summer. You're
Yeah,
drinking milk
blame
like
it on the
crazy.
commercial. Milk does the body good.
But
Pass
it
it on.
doesn't.
Man, we know it doesn't. But it was the point that they pushed it so hard.
I ain't gonna lie, Bo Jackson got me drinking it too because he had to, everybody got their little milk mustache.
And there it is, being played by the 1% by celebrities.
I didn't drink milk.
You ain't drink milk growing up.
Oh, I drank milk growing up
Need
until one day
cereals like
What the hell?
So like when
Oh, break it down, Jerome. What did you eat coming up? You better not say you had grits and eggs every morning. Fucker, hate you.
now when I moved to Georgia,
okay, I won't say it.
that's why they call me Junior. When I moved to Georgia, because I look like my father, my grandma would let nobody eat until I ate every morning. She cooked breakfast every morning.
Ooh, I missed that.
Faithfully. Then on Sunday, my grandmama would cook and my granddaddy would cook. They wouldn't eat each other's food, but they cooked the whole family come over to the house every Sunday.
That's why I used to love going to my grandma's house.
Man, what you talking
Eggs,
about?
buttermilk biscuit.
Man, no, that what they call them cornbreads?
I was
Hot
raised by
water
my
cakes.
grandmother.
Are you talking about that water bread or what was it
Yeah,
called?
the water bread, the hot water cakes. Hot water cornbread. What we call hoe cakes.
Let's see, what else do we have?
Oh, gotta eat
Yeah,
too.
I do get that on here on certain occasions. I don't know why I'm getting stared at. Like I don't get this. No, I do not get this on every day.
What's that?
Not as kids.
Oh,
as kids, my lord.
well, it's some things I liked and some things I didn't like. My grandma used to fry chitlins on Fridays.
Ooh.
Fried chitlin sandwiches with coleslaw on side. She sell out air Friday. The whole town would come get them. I will avoid the house on Friday because the house stank.
Dude, I'm just avoiding you, just hearing you talk.
Never ate it.
Never ate it. Never
I'm
tried
from
it.
Chicago. I got down here. They said, baby, get you a bowl of some turtle soup in there on the stove. I'm like, what? I peanut butter and jelly that thing for about 30 days. I had to get used to what was going on. They had deer meat for breakfast, deer burgers, deer sausages.
In Chicago?
No, in Georgia.
Oh, in Georgia. Okay. I was about to say, damn.
When I got down here, boy, they wasn't playing.
Yo, you know what? Since we did bring up this movie, They Clone Tyrone, it makes you really think about, is Chicago the headquarters?
They filmed that in Atlanta.
Yeah, but because they just let, what I mean? They just let them just do what the hell they want to do in the city.
They do that in any Democratic city, sir.
They do it. No, come on. They do that in Republican states.
No. All the hellholes in the country are Democratic cities. Let's get these facts straight. Look how Philly jacked up, Chicago jacked up,
Actually ain't really jacked up.
Who?
Philly.
Man, go to West Philly. Quit playing. Go on about 64th Street and call me tomorrow and tell me what went down last night.
All right, if
I know what's going down up there.
Don't be sitting there telling me, Brian, you was in the wrong spot. Because I go to 64th Street in a heartbeat.
Well, I'm telling you, it's bumping. It's drama going down over there right now. Just
it's
like
that during the summer. It's like that in the summertime. It's hot. I don't know why people act crazy.
Hey, man.
Chicken. It's that Popeye's chicken.
Popeye's chicken.
Popeye's chicken.
Hey, that was in the movie. That goddamn chicken. You see everybody eating that chicken?
I ain't gonna lie, dude. I just destroyed like 4 pieces a while ago. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm sorry, dude.
What's your blood type again?
I have a chicken fetish, man.
Don't we all?
I wonder why. We master, so we make the chicken taste so good. Can we just specialize in that? You can't touch our chicken the way we cook our chicken.
Well, it's good, but they saying it's starting to make us feminine.
Yeah.
It got a lot of estrogen in it.
Because they have to speed the chicken. They have to speed these little chicklets up.
And now you got to register your farm and your gardens in other states, and not like what I was saying earlier about Oregon, where they trying to ban it all together. Now you don't know who making your stuff. So where's the cry? Where's the outroar? Where's folks going crazy?
I got a groundhog I need somebody to come and kill.
We have no control over our food.
I mean,
True.
well, since I have mines in my backyard, you got to literally walk back here to find out. But I have an intruder. I have a groundhog. For some reason, it's been having a field day on my garden. But it's
Get your dog.
illegal for me to shoot and kill this damn thing.
Get your dog.
Mama, what? Yeah. Can I get a dog back?
I got some over here with papers.
She walked out. She just walked out. I ain't no pit bull. I want an Irish wolf.
I got a whole kennel back here.
Can I get a bull master? She walked out.
I got a bullet for you.
Then she slammed the door.
Damn, she slammed the door. Damn. Don't ask again.
I know that's right.
You ain't eating dinner tonight.
I already ate my chicken.
Look.
No, it's like I say, dude. It's been a lot of crazy stuff going on this week. Like I said before you got on, about the situation in New York?
Okay, so with that, a lot of crazy stuff. What about Trump?
I don't care about Trump.
But hold on. Every time they indict him, it's something happened the day before.
That's your mom.
So Hunter Biden get indicted, they go lock up Trump. Hunter Biden the judge didn't go with Hunter Biden on the plea deal. The next day they went and locked up Trump. So now they got Ukraine talking about they giving money. They was giving money to Biden on. What they do? Went locked up Trump. So that should tell you, huh?
They ain't like. First of all, the dude ain't get locked up yet.
No, they ain't. But they indicting them. And
so you said all them indictments are just a bunch of BS?
Right. They're trying to cover what they got going on. Let me give y'all this to look at versus what we got going on. We don't want y'all to see what we got going on.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You do know grand juries is a bunch of us peers that actually did this. So it has nothing to do with who you think it is.
Right. And they get to select and choose who's of those peers. And I bet you 90% of them was liberals. I bet you.
Okay. But I'm gonna tell you now,
because ain't no conservative trying to arrest this man. And why is he still leading in the polls?
It depends on which polls you're looking at.
Well, I said even CNN was crying about it this morning, talking about how much of a head he is of all presidents. Anybody trying to go for it.
Now, why do you think that is, though?
Oh, that's good.
It's good for who?
That's good for you and me.
How?
Because if we can get him back in office, I don't even care about him. But at this point, he was more worried about America. And that's all I care about at this point. Because we going with him with the shit.
I mean, exactly what you care about America.
Close them borders. I hate to say it, but we're gonna go get ISIS and go round up some folks. And I'm not saying it in a bad way.
So our cousin's getting rounded up. Keep going.
No, but see, I already told you, we wasn't being treated the same. People, the immigrants that came here that look like us are still being treated like they come from a third world country. They're not being treated as if they're humans versus people coming from Ukraine, China, even Africa. They're being treated way more better than what we're dealing with right here today. Now, check this out. I had needed a job, right? I went and got a job. You know, sometimes you need to go work. I went to work. The whole plant, they done got rid of all the Americans, and ain't nothing but foreigners in there right now. Okay? So now it's really, since I've been gone, it really ain't none of us there. It's really just foreigners there. So it's just showing you how much they done came in and then took over. And now we struggling. We double struggling. Gas is almost $6 a gallon now.
Well, Biden don't control the gas.
He don't. But since
that's OPEC.
Everything went to crap. His policies didn't work because everything went to crap. Look, a shotgun house in the country where you can look in the front door and look all the way straight through to the back door was $600 a year ago for rent. Now they want $1,400. The wind can blow the house down, but they want $1,400 for this.
How we keep blaming this on Republican or Democrat?
Because it all depends on who's in office is going to determine on what's going on in the world.
It's capitalism.
Okay. So
That's
if the
period.
government don't get along with the businesses, guess who pay for it? We do.
That is true.
We always do.
So if the government can make deals with these businesses, now it's easy on us. But if the government ain't getting along with the businesses that's feeding everybody, that's giving everybody gas, that's doing this and doing that, and if the government don't get along with them, guess who's gonna pay for it? The people. We paying for it.
We pay for everything.
The people
Right.
always pay for everything, though.
Right. So now it's time to get somebody in there that was already doing what? Closing borders.
That's all you can say is closing borders.
Hey, what else he was doing? He got us out of who? I can go deep with this now. He got us out of who?
Crew cut.
Didn't he get us out of?
Out of who? What's who? The
World
Health
yeah.
Organization.
Right. Then he stopped us giving all this money for a global war. What was it? Global warming. America was giving all this money. China is giving hardly none, and they was polluting 10 times worse. And now what? Now they right back at it again, and we ain't doing nothing about it. Matter of fact, we ain't even doing nothing about our own people. The kids right now is in an uproar. They run around in major cities, destroying downtown areas and stuff. What's going on? These kids ain't got nothing to do.
So we blaming this on.
No, I didn't say that ain't got nothing to do with who that got to do with these parents don't know where their damn kids at.
Okay. No, because I mean, regardless if we go left or right, it's gonna be the same shit.
Right, it's still the same bird, but I got a fight with that.
How you gonna
If we still take it back, it's our shit that we are neglecting. So the niggas started the Republican Party, but we're neglecting it. So those are our views and our morals that them folks are running on, even though they're not real Republicans.
That is true.
So until we get to running what we started, then we're gonna continue to have these problems. And the only reason why we have these problems because people don't even know that they was Republicans to even begin.
Yeah, but shit changed within 100 years. Well, go ahead, Jerome.
No, I'm saying with what you just said, that doesn't that entail that people need to gather themselves as a political group or a political faction or political power?
We need to start our own Tea Party.
I mean, I'm just saying we could say put somebody else in office, but his ultimate agenda is not to take care of us. It just so happens that these policies benefit us.
Right.
You know,
I
it's
can't
not
find out what policy put out there to help
done for us. What you say?
He pushed the jab, but then don't take the jab.
But listen, now I'll say this. One thing I do like about Trump. One thing I do like about Trump, he offered. He said, "You African Americans come together, bring me a plan." We just didn't have the organization to do that. You know, we sent Brian's preacher and some other guys up there. I don't know what happened.
We got the wrong people leading us. That's all. I mean, not leading us, representing us. We got Cardi B telling everybody to go vote when she got the number one controversy WAP song, "Worship and Praise." I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I had to keep that clean.
But I mean, but it's more of a when we gonna get to the point figure out this history is what's the most important part. You keep destroying the history, you keep watering it down, like this whole DeSantis shit that we benefited when we created everything, especially here in this country.
He ain't write that. He didn't write that. He didn't make that, did he?
He allowed it to happen.
He allowed it to happen. He just didn't want them to be out saying that black folks was the creator of the LGBT. Why is that history got what that got to do with our history?
Never seen it, bro.
That's what stopped it. I pulled it up. The African American studies, the one that he denied, was trying to say that LGBTQ was our history, was something big from Africans. Like we contributed a lot for this to happen.
No.
That's false.
Now my skin is brown. I don't have no choice with that. That's just who I am. I can't say I'm trans white.
Why not?
I can't say that.
Actually, you probably can and get away with it.
No, I wouldn't. First police officer see me. If I run from the police, what's the first thing gonna say? Black man, black man, black man. They ain't gonna say trans white man running up the hill.
Hey, Russell want to jump in. You see the drone?
Yeah, you want me to shoot him? So I guess.
All right. No, because I mean,
Oh shit.
I think this whole political shit is really getting to the fact is I'm getting kind of sick and tired of it because it don't bring people together. It brings strong division. Very hateful. It just makes you just look at people like the evil, like I don't respect you because you follow this person. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think everybody got some good and some bad in them. Just take Dr. Umar Johnson, for instance. If he's talking about children, when he's been doing all those years, he's awesome. But when he starts talking about other stuff, he's not awesome. Like when he's talking about, oh, they putting these kids on these drugs and Adderall and this and that, that was awesome. Because he was able to tell you what to do to keep them from putting them on your kids. If your child got in trouble in school, he was awesome. He was able to tell you what they was going to do and how you can work your way out of it. Now, I can give him his props on that because I dealt with a lot of children, and when they was having issues at school, I was able to implement the things that he was saying at school, and they worked like a charm. Where the teachers would come out and say, oh, we already set up, we already agreed, we're going to send your child to alternative school. No, the fuck y'all ain't. Y'all ain't sending him no damn alternative school. See, if it wasn't for Umar, some of them boys would end up going to alternative school. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel you on that.
So when they good, I let them know, hey, they was good. But when they bad, I let them know, hey, they were bad.
I know, and it's kind of crazy when you see the whole situation. It's who can you say is anybody that's putting out positive messages? I ain't gonna lie. I grew up not liking Farrakhan. I listen to Farrakhan in a heartbeat.
Man, that he didn't kill so many folks. I can't deal. He got too much blood on his hand. They ain't killing their own people at that. So no.
It's the message.
Right.
That's a
the
legend.
message is the cover up. Yeah, I'm
Legend.
gonna come kill. Ain't no allegedly. I'm from the Shy. We know we didn't see them brothers with them suits going there and knock folks off. We know how the NOI get down. No, they're not right for us. He's he's paid off. His dad is a Jew, and he say he owes them. So we don't need nothing to do with that. We let them deal with that.
I love his messages.
I bet you do.
I'm from the South, and we was told we can't even listen to him.
Oh, well, I grew up in Chicago, right up the street from the Mars.
That was his home base, right?
Yeah, that's the NOI home base.
But I mean,
you in the city with the #1 gang problem, and you can't do nothing about it.
The city don't care.
But you got thousands and thousands of members. Thousands of members. You ain't nothing you can do to kind of deter the violence in your community? None.
Not when it's planned and then it's supposed to happen.
Man, whatever.
Every metropolitan city.
You seen the right? Every metro what?
Metropolitan city is everywhere. Each major metro city is
every Democrat city. What? Huh?
Here you go with the Democrat shit.
But look, though, we giving them undivided. We give them our undivided votes, man, with no justification, no comeback, no nothing. They ain't did nothing for us.
So what Republicans doing? Winning they Republican cities? They ain't doing
Hey,
the
we don't
same
even
shit.
vote. If 90% of our votes go to Democrats, what they supposed to do for you?
Nothing. They
Thank
haven't
you.
done nothing. But I mean,
Thank
you giving the props for nothing.
90% of your votes is going to Democrat. I don't owe you nothing. You don't vote for me, so what I'm worried about you for? You should be worried about the people that you vote for, that you should make them do something for you since you so 90% of y'all voting for them. Nah, that's a big number, man. That ain't no little number. If it's 40 million,
What's
say
up,
if it's
Russ?
20 million, if it's 20 million niggas voting, you got 18 million of them voting Democrat.
They gotta be telling us something good for us to do it. But
So why we vote Democrat then? Can somebody please explain that to me?
I'm telling you now, I ain't voting Republican. I don't like Trump. I don't like DeSantis. I don't even fucking like Biden.
Well, when niggas needed loans back in the day, Trump gave it to them. When Jesse Jackson went for presidency,
Hold up.
Trump backed him. When he went for presidency, Trump backed him. What are we talking about? This man been supporting niggas since the 80s, and now all of a sudden he the biggest racist in the country. I
Yeah,
don't
when you get,
understand it.
when you get old, you think different.
I'm older now, and I'm thinking better.
You ain't old like him though.
Well, he's
I
still
guarantee
doing
you, 20 years from now, your ass ain't gonna be acting like you acting right now.
probably. Yeah, I
No
probably
problem.
would be.
Yeah.
I'll probably be a little worse.
What's up, Russ? What's up, Russ?
Just checking in, man. I was on my phone. I saw y'all were on, and I saw the link. I said, let me see if I can get 5 minutes in. I see y'all talking about the Alabama thing in the title, but I don't know exactly what it is. I'm sort of jumping in late.
Oh yeah, we had our fun with it. But what's your opinion on it?
I think it is what it is. I think that's one of those things where a lot of times black people, people are quick to say, "Oh, all black people don't think alike," and this, that, and other. That was a universal thing. Where yesterday I was watching a video and I was trying to figure out why I was smiling on the inside. It actually felt good, and I was on another platform and I was telling people, the younger generation don't know, but the feeling people had the past day and a half watching this was almost, to me, like when OJ got off in 94, when OJ beat the double homicide. But the younger people don't understand that feeling that we had when that happened. So I think that's the universe linking us together, and that struggle is why that all felt good across the board. You know what I mean? I think that was the universe letting us know this is how we're supposed to be responding. Because it just naturally felt good to everybody, regardless of how you viewed it.
Right. I agree with you 100%. It was more like a cathartic feeling, you know. Yeah, it was bad, but it felt good.
Yesterday I was watching, I was like, why? Like the guy with the chair. Now, even him with the lady who was sitting down, even that part, I was just like, he probably didn't have to do that, but it still felt good though. Like it was something about that whole thing that felt good, and that's just the universe saying this was the correct action at the time.
And dog in that thing, just throwing haymakers, man.
But the piece moving forward now is that they get ready to put the system in place. Now, the guy with the chair, he was actually arrested. He's one that they can pinpoint actually committing a crime. They actually arrested him. Now we need to have our pieces in place. Where is the legal team? Everybody's ready to donate. That GoFundMe should already be up for the legal team. When Kyle Rittenhouse shot up Kenosha, Wisconsin, the next day he had $300,000 in the GoFundMe for his legal defense. Those pieces need to get put in place quickly.
They doing it. They doing everything you saying.
Yeah, so hopefully those pieces are getting into place so people can't put that around them. Because honestly, I think the guy with the chair, he gonna probably do about 4 or 5 years. They're gonna make an example out of him.
He ain't gonna do no 4 or 5 years.
I think he's gonna do well for the hitting the lady on the ground. They're gonna try to make an example out of him, but that's where I leave.
That lady kicked that man in the head. So where it goes, she was a part of the altercation. So whatever she got, she got.
Yeah, like I said,
They probably
it didn't
charge
bother me
them
one
for
way or
using a weapon.
another. It felt
They'll probably charge them for using a weapon, but it's gonna be probation. Ain't nobody gonna do no time for none of this. Watch what I tell you.
yeah,
You
because
talking about Alabama?
it was on
You
the
talking about
big
Alabama?
platform.
No,
But
that's the problem. You talking about Alabama?
Man, we talking about Alabama. Them folks ain't locking folks up like that down there.
and then I think a lot of it too is that whole they say Trump was just there last week, so a lot of people locally was sort of revved up. And my thing is with Trump, I heard y'all talking about that.
Oh,
I hate to
no.
say it, but
Come
it's
on,
more
get it
like
out, get it out. I want Crew Cut to hear this shit.
Yeah, I want to
it's
hear
more
it too.
no, because I sort of agree with some of the things he was saying because to me,
Shit.
Trump it's almost like the cowboy situation. I don't dislike the team. Sometimes it's the fans, and I think that's the thing with Trump. People don't like the fans of him versus
Talking
him
about the
himself.
Cowboys, period. Cowboys suck.
So I think a lot of people don't like
Beat
the
y'all.
fans and the things that he's gravitating to. But right now, politically, I just read an article 2 weeks ago. Obama said he's going to do whatever it takes to help Joe Biden get reelected at 80 years old. Are you hearing
What
this?
the hell?
Trump will be 76.
Jerome, I think I
Trump
don't
will
know
be
if I said that
76.
week.
I
Huh?
don't need neither one of them to be there.
Obama
man.
said he's going to do whatever it takes to get Joe Biden reelected at 80
He
years
gonna
old.
get Michael to run.
Yeah, so it's just like, where do we go? And
Hold up. Wait a minute. Dude, that's fucked up, dude.
He gonna get
you didn't
Michael
get
to
what he
run.
said, though. You didn't get what he said, but keep going.
no, I didn't hear. I probably talking when he was talking, but the thing is now, I think this is a position that Black people in America really hadn't been in a long time, where we have to stand out alone and independent. We're so used to have either being the building block for somebody or being held up. Now we're at a point now where everybody watched us all come together in defense mode. It's like now we're sort of like out there on that island, and it's really uncomfortable because we never really had been in a situation where we had to do certain things like this. And it reminded me of one clip that I saw where the guy was saying, we from Montgomery, this ain't Selma. You know what I mean? You're not gonna just do this and do that and to these people like that. And
Yeah, they got something to prove down there in Monkey Town. See,
yeah, and
down there they got that museum down there showing all them folks that been hung and stuff. I said they need to tear that museum down because it's like trophies to the white folks where their families can go up there and be like, "Oh, your granddaddy, these the men he hung right here, or these
yeah,
the people he lynched right here," and they keeping it up. That stuff need to be tore down. So for
He on his way
Is
to
he
Publix.
running from the police?
I know. He on his way to Publix.
yeah, I think I saw him. Yeah, he's still there. But I just think that this is a good chance for some reorganization. This is a good chance for us to keep the black gatekeepers out of the way, not to dissipate this energy, and because they're coming. Oh, they're coming. They're coming. The Democratic worker bees are going to be out in full force saying that we're better than this and that we don't need to act like this. We should use this same energy to come out and vote and this, that, and other. They're going to dissipate the energy. So I just think, like, politically,
I'm
I think
independent.
that, but I mean, even if you do or don't vote, the system's gonna function whether we vote or not. It's just the biggest piece is it's hard for us to get people in there to push agendas for us because other groups are making leaps and bounds as far as progress versus us. Like
It's a lobby.
Not
If
not
you got
not
a
to, not
lobby,
to jump
if you
in
got
on
people
you.
lobbying money for you,
Well, that's what I'm saying. They ain't lobbying money. The money makes them lobby, right? See, my thing
get in
is
the door.
we haven't created a lobbyist group. You know, we haven't created a political party. We could just be on our own. And it doesn't really matter whether it's Democratic or Republican, as long as they feel our needs or our agenda. But because we hadn't made ourselves a collective, you know, they don't have to pander to us. You know, they said, well, they're gonna give their votes to the Democrats anyway. they're going to divide themselves. So until we can come together as a collective to where they have to come to us and say, listen, we need your votes. Well, if you need our votes, you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to do that. You're
That's
going to
what
have to
we didn't
change
get.
this policy. You're
You're
going to
Gonna
have
have to. Black people gonna have to step away from the Democratic Party. I mean, period. Point
Exactly.
blank. Gonna have to step away. Gonna have to step away because they're our vote to them is a given. And
right.
I tell people, if you want to know voter intimidation, be a black person and say you don't want to vote for the Democratic Party, you're gonna see voter intimidation from black, white, and all the other groups. They're either gonna call you a coon or this, that, and other whole bunch of terminology. That's voter intimidation. Call it what you want. That is voter intimidation. Any black person that doesn't want to vote for the Democratic Party, you will be intimidated into voting one way or another. And then we have to pull, like Jerome saying, lobby with money. The Hispanic community with the immigration has made leaps and bounds. Like they're still turning away Haitians, but we're paying $4,400 a month per person to house people in New York City. Like it got to where see
New
that
York
whole
City? That's the worst damn place you want to put people.
and the thing is that the Democratic cities did that to spite Trump. When Trump was in office, he said he was going to build that wall. He was going to send them back. So the Democrats, in response to that, these Democratic ran cities said, hey, we'll make sanctuary cities. Don't send them back over the border. Bring them to us. And they did that to spite Trump. Now it's biting them because Trump told them the cost that you were going to incur by doing that. Now look at New York City. The Mayor Adams in New York, they're at the point now where they got them sleeping in the streets because they can't afford to house them anymore because they try to spite Trump so much that they say, okay, we're going to take these people. I saw on the news where the people that came across the border, they were going to move them to hotels out in like Queens and Bronx and Brooklyn where it was cheaper. They refused to leave the hotels. Refused to leave. And it's and on average, they say it's $4,400 a month per person to maintain them in New York City. And like, what about the people in New York? What about the African American population that voted Eric Adams in? That money could go to help them.
Right.
True.
It's like they're spiting us, but black people are gonna have to walk away from the Democratic Party to see some, not just some real results, but just some clarity. You know what I mean? Just some mental clarity.
But let me ask you this, Russ. So these gatekeepers you're talking about, right? Let's say these educated African Americans that have graduated from college and they have pledged their loyalty to a certain organization. Why are these organizations not pulling us away from Democrats and forming our own party?
Because that's their job. They're the 10%, talented 10th, as they call themselves. That's Steve Coakley. He was rest in peace to Steve Coakley, man. He broke all that stuff down in the 90s. That's their job. Their job is to the whole inception of those people, the gatekeepers, of quote unquote. Their job was to go and get educated, come back and show us the way. But what they did was got educated, got money, and just said, you know what? I ain't going back. My family's from Alabama. I ain't going back down there picking cotton anymore. I'm going to stay in Chicago. I'm going to stay in Los Angeles. I'm going to stay in Atlanta. We're never going back there. So they use them. And it's easy to do. It's almost like 50 Cent had this thing where he was beefing with the rapper Fat Joe. He said he could take a guy off the street, make him make the same amount of money as Fat Joe. And then he said, I can make that go away unless you do something. That's what they've done with that talented 10th. They pulled them up, put them in the middle class and says, okay, you do this or you're going to go back there. So what you're going to do is like, now we got, like Karis once said, now we got beans, rice, and steak to eat now versus just the beans and rice. So I'm not going back to beans and rice.
Chasing Places? Eddie Murphy?
Yeah. It's like it's a game. It's like their job isn't to pull us up. The job is to pull a small portion up. That was the whole W.E.B. Du Bois and gosh, so on tip of my tongue. W.D. Du Bois and Booker T.
Booker
Washington.
T. Washington.
That was their whole debate.
Yeah.
So they thought that we thought we should be doing more
But
agricultural.
even with Booker T now, you know what? Even with Booker T, you know, he wasn't fully black. A lot of people don't. Well, we won't get into that debate, but he had agendas too. So they all had agendas.
Everybody gets agendas when they get power.
Yeah.
Everybody does. But at the same time, it's more of just when do your conscience kick in and then you start just becoming a human. Nobody's human no more. Nobody think of humanity and think about
Man,
respecting one another. If you're down, I'm just gonna keep you down. And it's sad.
Sometimes, man, I just think you just think about your day to day, just your day to day life that you live. Average black person really don't even have time to think. You know what I mean? When I say sit down and critically and strategically think about a plan to move just himself forward between work, the day to day, and I got bills to pay. I got children going to college. They got families. Most black people don't even have the time to just sit down and critically think about how they're going to move forward. You know what I mean? That's the thing where economics come into play. If you're more comfortable economically and financially, that does give you time to think. But the average black person, it's not that. They'll say, oh, they ratchet or they ghetto. They're going to be like that. A lot of times it's the day-to-day of how you live, the environment. You don't even have, most of us don't even have time to think. I mean, I'm working, everybody's working. It's just like, when do you actually have an hour of the day to really sit down and strategically think and plan? I mean, that's just for your family unit, let alone a collective.
That is true. That is true.
I feel you on that one. And I used to be that way, but I guess me and my wife, we just made time.
And it gets tough because, like, with me,
because you can't do it by yourself. That's the point. It's hard trying to do it by yourself, but if you got people that's with you, that's going, knowing that we're struggling together. Like a family that's struggling together, they poor. You never know you're poor unless somebody's outside of that family tell you that you're poor.
Yeah.
You think you living the best life. I'm eating this, I'm eating that. But then like somebody like me look at it like, yo, you ain't got no shoes on, right? It's like, what do I supposed to have shoes on? Nobody told you that. So in your family, you can have joy and happiness when everybody's struggling, but everybody's still on one accord trying to build with what they got. Now we go back into that crab in the barrel. Yo, if I got this, I'm hating you right now. Not, what can you help me get to where you at? Can you help me build? Can you help me get on the level with you? And then that means if I pull you up, that means you're going to pull somebody else up. And then you had a domino effect of people building.
But to me, I think we done a show on the crabs in a barrel. But for me, I see it more as you've been taught you have this survivor's mentality.
Always.
Where you have limited resources and everything is scarce. So because it's scarce, if you get it, you don't want nobody else to get it, because you think that's all you got. And we pass this mentality through the community to our children. And, it's just like you're just surviving from day to day. You don't have time to plan because you're surviving. And so, yeah, right. So you got this, I got to keep alive today mentality. You don't care about next week. You don't care about next month. You don't care about next year.
You live day by day.
Right. And
I'm just glad to wake up the next morning.
Right. And you've been taught that, right?
Yeah.
You hear the message every Sunday, you just be thankful that you woke up this morning.
Yeah.
What?
But we have to look at other groups have a collective that's in a better situation that can think and strategize and plan for the others 100 years in advance. That's what our
Right.
quote unquote talented Tim's supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be the ones strategizing and planning for us, but they're really strategizing and planning for themselves to stay in good favor. You know what I mean? They come back to the neighborhoods and they give back, and a lot of them, there's a lot that have good intentions. But there was a TV show on Fox called Our Kind of People. I actually read the book years ago from Lawrence Graham that wrote the book Our Kind of People. And back in the 50s and 60s, when we was going through the civil rights movement, those folks said they said they would watch it on TV and they would send money to the Urban League and everything. But they was like, we were in Martha's Vineyard drinking lemonade and drinking iced tea. They wasn't going to go down to the front lines. They said they would send money if they could, things of that nature. But those are the ones
Right.
who's going to be strategizing for us, but they're not, because they're going to have to come up off of that system that they're under. I mean, these are not the business class. These are worker bees just on a higher level. Like, we don't really have that true entrepreneurial business class that can hire folks. We have a lot of people that's self-employed, but not a lot of businesses where we can actually hire
Exactly.
our own people.
Uh-huh.
And I think we're going to have to transition into this technology thing. I think I've been doing a lot of research on the AI, the chat GPT and things like that. Those are the things we're going to have to get in. We're going to have to jump over, a segment. It's like, instead of trying to play catch up, we're going to have to jump to the front of the line now and go straight
Right.
from where we are now. We're going to have to jump over financial literacy and all of that kind of stuff. We got to get right
Exactly.
into technology, because we're so far behind. It's almost like if we're running a lap, there's so many laps ahead of us that we can't run faster to catch up. We're going to have to stop and wait and get back into the pack with everyone else and start over from scratch. And
Right.
that we
I
on.
feel
I
you.
think
I feel you.
we're gonna have to do a reset. We got too much ground to make up. We're talking 300, 400, 500 years. We don't have that kind of time right now. They got if you're talking technology, they got the machine called CERN, SERN. It's an underground 27-kilometer tunnel where they're shooting photons at the speed of light, trying to recreate the Big Bang Theory underground. You hear what I'm talking about? And we're talking about creating budgets and 401k, which they're already saying that 401k was a hustle. They used the
It
401k
was.
because black people weren't getting these pensions. It was like, oh, we ain't gonna be paying these black people these pensions. We'll just start the 401k and do away with the pension.
Right. And that's what happened.
They light years ahead of us, man. And we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna close the gap. I like what I saw in Alabama, because that was the universe telling us this is how we're supposed to be addressing this. I didn't see there were people recording, but it seems like the video footage came from one or two angles. So that means people wasn't record, they was out there putting in work.
Right.
So I like that. We needed to make that statement to let people know it's not sweet out here. And it also shows how when they do approach us, it's always in a group set. It's mob style, no different from the Klan in the early 1900s. It's mob style where they show up at your house in the middle of the night. There's 30 of them, and it's just you, your wife, and 3 kids in a shack.
Right.
But when the numbers got equal, that's when the rubber met the road. And then it was almost like, you know what I mean, we're the aggressors. No, that needed to be done this weekend. I'm glad. I felt good about it. I felt good about that. I don't know why, but just naturally watching. Sometimes you watch stuff, you be like, nah, that was kind of foul. You know what I mean? You get that
Right.
feeling. But that actually felt like that's what was supposed to happen. And I think that was true. And I hope we keep that same energy. I tell people, I'm on these different platforms. Don't be dealing with these Karens out here. You better get you some pepper spray. I'm not getting ready to sit and record no lady in my face or no man in my face yipping and yapping. I'm going to spray you some pepper spray and get you out of my face.
Right.
You gotta protect yourself.
You gotta protect yourself, because these people are technically, what they're doing is swatting. That's the term called swatting, where they call the police,
Yeah.
and hope the police swarm you and something happens to you. That's called swatting.
Right.
That's exactly what
I'm
they're
about to
doing.
teach you a lesson. It's like I'm teaching a lesson. You talking back to me, boy.
Yeah.
I
And
got
them,
somebody else that can deal with you.
them people in Alabama was drinking. They still in that Southern culture, and they thought what they thought was going to happen was mob rule, and nobody was going to do nothing. I'm glad that
Right.
happened. So I'm just waiting to see when the Joy Reids and Van Jones and all the little Democratic workers gonna come out and tell us, Roland Martin, and be like, well, if y'all can show up to fight at the riverboat, you can show up this October, November, and vote for Joe Biden. Hope you got that same energy when it's time to come vote.
It's gonna be there. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
man.
there.
I guess my last point for you is, where do you see then where we got so many points that we need to hit? And I'm trolling the ISUPK Israelites online right now and the Nation of Islam, because I don't like to see them talking about this event in Alabama, because they don't do nothing in the form of fighting back. They both of them are non-violent groups, but you coattailing this little movement as if, you know what I mean, you in the mix with that. No, we out here, y'all not out here. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't fight that fight. You know what I mean? They fight it a
Right.
different way. But I'm trolling them right now, because I was just like, I don't want to see nobody from those different groups saying, oh, this is what we happen when we stick together. No, this is what happened when we stick together. When y'all
Right.
stick together, nothing happens.
Right.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
No,
I know
I
exactly
feel you on
what you're
that one. I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
So it's a different energy movement.
I like it.
You know, so as much as, I mean, like I said, it's just being on TikTok, just these memes has got me in tears, dude. But at the same time, is when every time we see something bad, crazy happen, we make fun out of it, or we turn it into something that's fun. I mean, again, I'm not condoning violence.
Oh, don't say that. Oh my God, don't say that.
No, I mean, but at the same time, we have to do what they do to us.
I hear a lot of people saying that phrase, like a lot of people online that saying, I saw a thing with Ricky Smiley. Everybody's coming out. I don't. No, if you don't condone it, don't even say that statement, because we at the point now where these folks is flat out, like, it's at the point now where some of them are flat out shooting us in the street right now. I mean,
Right.
so for us to say we don't we condone self-defense. If anything, I'm gonna say
That's what I said.
condone
That's what I said.
self-defense,
I
because
condone self-defense.
It's
But
like this.
I think too, like
I'm
we were saying
surprised.
earlier.
I'm surprised it didn't
Russ.
get to shooting. I'm
Huh?
really surprised it didn't start off, get violent and start, shots fired, because it could have
Right.
got that way real quick.
But I say this. I think the feeling that we feel is that we've had so many atrocities placed on us
Mhm.
that it was finally something that evened the playing field. And for me, I know we had that warm feeling, that fuzzy feeling inside, but did the other side stop to think and say, maybe they gonna stop just taking it? Maybe they gonna start banding together, and some of this stuff that we do won't fly anymore.
True that.
Because we're not the only ones watching this. So my thing is, for us, this is a great opportunity to come together, and as Russ say, we can sit down and organize. Actually get a plan of action. That was a point that maybe galvanized what we're trying to do. But now it's time for the planning. Now it's time for the real heavy lifting.
The heavy lifting, because the Democratic workers is getting ready to come out here in the next 2 or 3 days, and they're going to dissipate this energy. The first, I can see Roland Martin right now on his live YouTube channel saying, I hope we keep that same energy in 2024 when it's time to vote and this, that, and the other. And like, no, right now we need to be, one, getting this case together. These people are going to need legal assistance. There's a lot of people ready to donate. This stuff needs to be happening quick, because on the other side, it happens quick for them, You know what I mean? We need to get
Right.
that space together, that energy together, and just like while everybody's cohesive, everybody just need to sit back and say, okay, now that we all together, what do we want to see happen?
True that.
And how do y'all feel? I hate I got on late. I got one more topic, man.
Go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
How come when the black men do start to speak up, here come the black women to shoot down our plans?
Dude, that's
When
a
they
whole
say
different.
we want leadership, and when they start to step up and lead, here they come to dissipate the energy. Like I saw the same thing happen with Ice Cube with his plan for Black America and stuff. I don't think he was the best to articulate the plan, but at least he had a plan. Don't tell us to come and strategize. And then when it comes out, first he said, "Well, I don't see nothing enough for black women." Dude, it's for black people. We're all going to get something. You know what I mean? It's so quick to dissipate our energy when it is time to move something because they
trained that. This is a trained behavior now. Think about it, man. If you looking at from the 60s, think about it. This whole, I mean, please, women, please don't take this the wrong way. The women's movement happened. The white women needed the black women to get them across that finish line. They needed to carry them to the finish line. And now the black family is destroyed. Welfare. So, that has, you can't, Section 8, can't have a man in the house. When it comes to all those things, it's kind of like, and not only that, you also got to look at the jail situation too, the whole prison movement too. You kind of, being a black male, especially a dark black male, you get beat up on a daily basis. The minute you walk outside, dude, you got shots fired at you no matter what. You're a target no matter what. You're intimidating looking, or how I get it. I'm always look intimidated. They hate the way I stare. If I look at you and I just stare at you, it's kind of like I'm thinking, yeah, if I do something, it's gonna be stupid and I'm gonna regret it. So I just look at you. I look at you like you're stupid because at the point that you're beneath me, but people hate the way I stare. They hate the way I talk intimidating, or I just walk like I don't care. I'm who I am. But to be stereotyped just because, and you don't even know who I am. Half the time I'm in a joking mode, just the way my look is, you can't take it. You don't know how to look at it because you're threatened by my appearance no matter what. And that's something that has been taught about the black man as, like we a bunch of damn monkeys for real out here. We out here, we want to go out here and rape and pillage all these women. So we don't want your white women. Your white women want us.
Yeah. So that's a hot topic. Like I said, I do a lot of this on other platforms where I go and stir the. You gotta stir the waters to catch the fish, and that's a major talking point right now because there is I'm on all these little platforms. There is a major divide in the black community as far as relationships, and it's starting younger and younger. These 21 through 29-year-old people, they're openly.
Did we not see this happening? Did you not see this was going to happen?
Yeah.
You take grandma out the house and what happened? You take big mama out of the picture, everything falls apart. Until the next person step up, and nobody, when you having kids at 15, 16, big mama is like in her 40s, or big mama is like in her 50s. Big mama don't want to be big mama. Big mama want to be out there in them streets.
Yeah.
You know what the problem is, B?
Go for it.
Big mama by herself. That's the problem. Because you said she if something happens to her, the family falls apart, right? Well, that means that they didn't have a man there that taught them structure.
Oh, God. Oh.
We stirring the pot over here. That's what I'm talking about because only.
I mean, it is what it is, right?
No, but I'm just saying, you take the black man, you just basically you took us out of the picture. And when you take us out of the picture, and then you have the system behind the black female to push her up front, That's why we have so much chaos and kids confused because they don't know what the hell they want to be. Because what happened?
But
You
but
took.
I mean, the media is teaching this modern woman, right? And so that's the narrative that's being
Hey,
pushed.
hey, hey,
And
wait a
all
minute.
these young
What is a
girls that
woman?
Russ is talking
Wait a minute.
about.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about biological women? Or are we talking about women?
Biological women.
See how you had to add
Boy, you just
another. You had to add another adjective
I
to
do
be able to
I
say
do
what it
not.
is.
See,
I do
they
not.
gonna
I
lose.
do
They
not.
But
gonna
you
lose
see what
that
I'm
I do
saying
movement.
not.
though. Now you can't. No, but
Yeah,
you
but
see,
I
what
don't
you
have
can't
to.
say woman now because I want to be a woman.
They're gonna lose that battle because they don't even realize that it's men who saying that they're identify as women that's taking over their movement. So technically, whatever they say, it's still men who identify as a woman taking over their movement. But you was talking about the divide, and you was one point that you just said as far as the system helping them up. We're the only community where the man can be removed and the culture still continues on. You go to any other race, you take the man out the house, the civilization falls. Ours is the only one where it's out of the house and it thrives, or thrives how they want it to thrive, or it
All right,
still functions.
let me say this: women are the. Let's say this: we protect our women. I tell you now, my wife runs the house. I run outside the house. She runs the house. But at the same time, but she respects me to the fact that she knows she needs me. I'm the protector. I'm this, I'm that. I play my role. It's roles that has to be played. People don't want to play roles. Everybody want to play I want to play your role. You can't play my role because my role is what I'm supposed to be. You can't, and that's something that we're fighting. You got women want to be men and men want to be women. It's like it's a reverse thing. So now you have the confusion, and now you got kids like I don't know what the hell I want to be because who the hell am I supposed to watch? Who am I supposed to really sit back and be like, that's who I want to be? Because now our men are being beat up so much that they don't even know what they want to be. I want to be out here in these streets. But being out in these streets, I don't want to work a 9 to 5 because I don't want to work for the man. It's so many different things that's been put in our head to make us fight within ourselves. We don't know what the hell we want to be. What is a man now? What is being a man? You know what I'm saying? Think about that shit.
Right,
Because
right, right. Now,
you have a laundry list of damn things, and it's like, wait a minute, dang, who telling you how to be a man? We lost
I
that.
mean,
But go
yo,
ahead. My bad. I'm sorry. I
yeah.
get on a
No, no,
rant.
no, no, no. I mean, I think what you're saying. I understand exactly. For me, I'm not confused with what isn't because
I'm just
there's
saying in general. I'm just saying.
scientifically there's only certain things that each one can do, right? So scientifically, you're always going to be in your lane. Don't matter how you look, it don't matter how you talk, it don't matter how you walk. Scientifically, you always going to be in your lane. There's nothing that can change that, right?
Okay.
So when we talk about the roles, I think that's the thing that's confused because we want traditional, but whose tradition is it, right?
Oh.
Because if you look at us, what we're missing is that children used to be with their mothers. That's boy, that's woman until they got to a certain age. And then the boy was removed and put with the man. We don't do that anymore because the family's not together. It's not that we don't have that same nuclear family. You know, it's because now the woman has to raise the male child all the way through puberty until what is adulthood. He never got that space to learn from an adult male how to be a male and how to carry himself as a male. And on the other side of that, um, the woman never learned from that male in the family what a man looks for in a wife, what a man looks for in a woman. That could only be taught by a father. It can't be taught by the mother because the mother just knows what she looks for in a man. And if she ain't got a man in the house, Obviously, she don't know what to look for.
Oh,
So,
oh.
so that's why the structure of family is so important. You know, we can
It's
get
not
into
even family
we can
anymore.
get into gender roles and all that. You know, that's just confusing. But we know what a male and a female in a relationship is supposed to build.
And it's
Simple as
crazy
that.
because you got I'm in these I be in these spaces everywhere. You got people. I've seen women who come from families, parents married 20, 30, 40 years. And these girls look at their mother and say, my mom was a slave. I'll never do that. I'll never cook and clean. I'll never do. And I'm like, and they 25, 26 years old, and they think that is being a slave. I said, we're heading down a path where people are, it used to be there was something in place to create the single mother family. They're choosing it now. There's a difference. They're choosing it. A lot of women do not want to be married.
Right.
They want to be
Right. They
wild.
choose.
A lot of them it may or may not want kids, and if they do, they want to do it their way. You have no input. It's either you're gonna pay the child support or you're gonna go to jail. That type of thing. That whole structure is out of whack. It's so many pieces that we're missing right now. And it used to be if it was a single mother family, there was somebody in the neighborhood that the kids could look up to. That even that component's gone. You know what I mean? Who's
Right.
that
Predators out
guy
these days, man.
that was in the neighborhood that took all the kids to football practice or
Right.
played with them on the basketball courts? Those people are even gone. So it's just like it's the wild, wild west in our community right now.
That's because most of the kids are inside playing video games. They don't go out to the parks. They don't go out to, they don't have this place where they can commune with men.
Mhm.
They're inside, they're with their mothers. And like I said, traditionally, for us, culturally, the boy was taken from his mother. That's the time he's supposed to be with his mother. That's certain nurturing he's supposed to get. But then you got to take him away and put him with the males so he can learn how to operate in this world.
Yeah.
Traditionally, that's what's missing for us. The reason why Russ said that you could take the male out of the home and we still function, that's because we're the oldest family unit on the earth.
Oh.
So being that we're the oldest family unit on the earth, it makes sense to do because there was times where we had governments that were run by women. There were governments that were run by both. There were governments that were run by males. We've had that all through our history. So being able to function singly is not a problem. But to be function correctly, we had to have at least both of them together. It doesn't matter who you call in the lead, who's in the second chair. That's not the point.
As long as you're doing it together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. People can't work together no more. Everybody wants to be, I need to be the leader. Nobody wants to follow the leader. But at the same time, you always look at who has the biggest, for instance, my wife might be better with money. So hey, she handles the money. Or, vice versa or whatever. So nobody wants to work together. It's all about me, 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 me. Now you have these people, like for instance, women was like, not all women, some, or these younger ones, they want a man to take care of them. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to cook, clean, don't do nothing. All I want to do is go out here, shop, have fun. And you kind of
That's
look
about
at it.
that's about priorities, though, right?
Yeah, but nobody
You
teaching them, See, but
Exactly. Nobody's teaching them their
so
priority.
you going out here and then you wonder why you always get these fucked up dudes, or you get treated a certain way because you become property to anybody. I tell my wife in the heartbeat, I don't own you. You're free to do whatever you want to. If she want to up and leave, go ahead and leave.
But
But no, it's okay. But no, but at the same time, it's no ownership. We're a partnership. And
Yeah.
that's when you have to get to a point in life is all about what's best for us and what can we do together, not versus you do it and I sit back and just sit in this chair and watch you do all the work.
But you mentioned partnership, right?
Yeah.
Like just as a business. If I'm the CEO for my business, right?
Uh,
That doesn't mean I'm the best or have the most knowledge of finances. So I hire a CFO, right?
mhm.
But it doesn't take away from me being the CEO just because I got a CFO.
Got a bill.
That's just structure. You know what I'm saying?
Structure.
Structure is what we're missing. You know, so we don't have the correct structure. And and women that you mentioned, you said, and your words was getting a no good man, right? That's still choice, right? So you still need somebody to do
Choice.
a better
They
man.
blame it, but they blame the choice on other people, or they
But
they
see,
don't never take
that's
the
because they lack
responsibility.
accountability.
They don't take the responsibility that I made this bad choice. But at the same time, when do anybody fight for anything? When do you get to a marriage and you get to a low point and I want to quit, but you never did you put your energy into making it work? Did you really fight? Did you fight to the end? I mean, some people have and some people haven't. Some people fought to the end and then it was like, man, I just wasted 20, 30 years for what?
You
People
didn't really waste them. I think that goes back to what
no,
Jerome
but
said as far
I
as
mean,
that
you in your
structure.
mind, you thinking you wasting, but you didn't waste it because you shared that time with that.
Shared that time and you built something. And
Yeah.
I think that goes back to what Jerome was saying as far as that structure. How many of us lived in, I mean, how many people do you know that lived in a home where the parents have been married 20, 30, 40 years?
Them days is done.
Like, it's us three on the line right now that's married, but then you got to go and say, how many married people do we know? You know what I mean? It's starting to dissipate a lot where it's a lot of, and it's really going to take a toll on this generation coming up because they have been these 20-year-olds. I shouldn't say like that. I feel old, way older than them, but they've been socially engineered through social media. You got 25-year-old kids who know nothing but Instagram, flashy cars, flashy rented cars, and all that other kind of stuff. And then they've been watching this stuff as far as they can go back and remember.
Right.
They've always been a part of social media, and social media is social engineering, controlling and
Right.
moving culture, and that's
Exactly.
and it's taking a toll on our people. Like I was in a debate on a forum about 3 weeks ago where I told them the BBL is the most dangerous plastic surgery you could do, but look who it's marketed to. Look who's
Right.
look who's that look who is. Other groups get it, but who
Right.
is the primary group that gravitates to the most? I mean, all the plastic surgeons will tell you this is one of the most dangerous procedures you can get. Look
Right.
who it's marketed to. Look how social media markets it. Like right now on TikTok, they're taking down all the people that's streaming that fight from the Riverwalk, but they're not taking down the girls who come from Colombia. When you go down to Miami, it's so many of them coming back into the country from getting BBLs that people with disabilities, there's no more wheelchairs for them to sit in to
Right.
go through the airport because all the people with the BBLs got them.
Wow. That's crazy.
So I think about stuff like that. Like, why is that the most dangerous type of cosmetic surgery marketed to our women? And they don't realize, what is that going to do to your body when you turn 60, 70 years old?
Exactly.
How long, what's going to happen to you when you got all this artificial stuff attached to your body, in your
Right.
bloodstream and in your just in your body? What's going to happen when you turn 60?
Ain't nothing but cement. Ain't nothing but cement.
And women typically
But
live longer than men. And so you're going to have some of these women that's going to live to be 80, 90 years old. Either they're going to have some kind of procedure to have it removed, or is it going to be like insulation or drywall or something just goes bad in your body 40 years from now, and then boom, you just check out.
This is could cause cancer.
Yeah, and I thought
Sure,
about that.
yeah.
And I got a lot of pushback on that forum I was on because they said you can't tell women what to do with their body. I said you can go at these plastic surgeons are on social media telling you this is the one of the most dangerous and deadly procedures you can get, and it's marketed to Black women. They even got payment plans for it. Like I didn't know there was payment plans, but what they get is what they call it's almost like getting a credit card, but like a loan, and everybody gets approved.
It's crazy. It's
And you
not
just
safe.
pay it
But I
off.
mean, it's been promoted because everybody wants that 10. How about you take a 6 and make it a 10? How about you make
That's
a
what they're doing.
That's
no,
what they
no,
doing
no,
for
no, no, no,
$10,000.
no. I'm talking about you can make somebody feel like they're at 10. It's
But
whatever
see,
you see in that person. But go ahead.
what you just said, make them feel like a 10. Don't that speak to all the insecurities? Don't that speak to the mental health aspect of what's really going on? You know, because if you would uh, mutilate your body to make it look a certain way, there's some mental health aspects that we need to address. You know, more so than am I cute? Do I look good? No, it's some mental aspects that we need to investigate.
True.
You know, because why do you feel that you need to do that? Like he said, it's the most dangerous surgery that you could have, but yet you're willing to risk your life to look a certain way that only gonna last you 10 years.
Because you want to get that, that particular dude that's got that money that you thinking it's gonna last forever, and it don't.
But
Yeah.
see, even with that, you're not doing the mathematics. So let's take that guy that
Nobody
you're
thinks
talking
about
about.
that. Everybody thinks of the day. They don't think about 10, 15 years down the road.
That's that survival mentality, what I was saying at the beginning. It works
Mhm.
with everything that you do.
True.
So all these women, you got 50 million women trying to chase after 200,000 guys.
That's what I'm talking about.
The math just ain't gonna work.
The
You
math
getting
ain't
all
happening.
this done, and you're ruining your health for somebody that you never really gonna get.
True that. True that.
So
Nothing
that's
is
it.
natural no more. But go ahead, Russ.
I try to stay away. That's one topic I try to stay away from, but also try to put a light to it because it's not. We're not the ones in the offices saying, "Hey, can I touch your hair?" and things like that. The same people they try to gravitate to in the women's movie is the same women who telling you you're not enough because
Right.
it's elevated so far from just the early 90s. It was just the only thing was like hair extensions. That's next to nothing now. Everybody uses hair extensions now. Now we're talking people are getting rhinoplasty on their noses.
Holy shit.
Where they straighten out their nose, they get that rhinoplasty on their top part of their nose. They're getting the lip injections and the BBLs and the transfers and all that other kind of stuff. And it's just like somewhere something's to happen to where even if you're telling them, hey, you building that self-esteem mentally, they don't believe it.
Right.
Mentally, they don't believe it. So I blame the Democratic Party because they're the ones who subsidize that foolishness. They'll tell the Republicans to say you're 16 years old, you got 3 kids, we're not paying for it. Democrats say you got 16 years old, you got 3 kids, we're gonna give you food stamp, Section 8 in the car, and a wash machine and a dryer, but just don't have them kids' daddy in the house.
Right.
Who's gonna turn that away?
Right.
They subsidize it, man.
All right, fellas. My son was talking to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's 8:40. I guess can I leave y'all with this one point? The Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg fight. I call that the Revenge of the Nerds. That's Gilbert going against his boy from Revenge of the Nerds when they was fighting over the girl. And that's how do I say this, dude?
It's a Revenge of the Nerds. I see it though. I see it now.
It should be labeled Revenge of the Nerds. That's how it should be marketed by like Dana White.
It ain't gonna never happen. Ain't gonna never happen.
They actually gonna fight. Mark Zuckerberg's already ready. He's already been training MMA. I don't think Elon Musk trains. I think Zuckerberg will actually beat him because he trains. But I look at like an Elon Musk. He hangs out with the rappers, takes pictures with the rappers, but this is somebody who grew up in apartheid South Africa. You know what I mean?
He about money.
Right.
Always been about money.
He's not really there to help us, if I could say that. Like if I wanted to do Tesla, he's not gonna help me do Tesla. He'll take a picture
Right.
with Kanye West, he'll wear the sneakers and he'll go to the concerts, he'll take pictures with Jay-Z, but then they're building for the future. Like Elon Musk is a man who started out with PayPal and stuff like that, and he done put a rover unit on Mars. You hear what I'm telling you? A rover unit on Mars. He's part of the people that got the CERN machine. He's linked with the people in the Middle East. They've been tracking all that money. And then you got people in China who built an artificial sun. They have an artificial sun in China. Like,
I saw that.
what are we, quote unquote, the sun that they got in the sky is supposed to be 93 million miles away from us. And you can go outside any day this week and you'll see how hot that is. They got an artificial one right here on the planet. So what you think that's going to do, like,
Right.
as far as like the energy that it's putting out, man, like that.
The
movie that's out
radiation.
Right now,
It's the
that movie
radiation.
they got out, Oppenheimer. They wasn't even supposed to drop those nuclear bombs because they said that the release of it, one, could have set the atmosphere on fire.
Right.
Two, now that they're talking about these UFOs and aliens, they said that thing sends out like a transmitter through the universe that doesn't stop. And they said that may have what alerted, quote unquote, the UFO alien people when we dropped those in the 40s. And they said radio waves is another one. When radio waves that we listen to, they go out into space, they just go forever. They don't stop.
They don't dissipate.
So that's a whole nother topic. I ain't gonna go down that 10-4 kufi with y'all right now. You know what I mean? But dude, they got an artificial sun in China. That means if they wanted to cover this one and use their own just for them, what would we do? You know what I mean? What
Earth is flat. It doesn't matter.
you said? What? That's a whole nother. Like you said, the moon's 240,000 miles from here. How'd they get there on a half a tank?
Right.
You think
And they
about it,
came
the
back.
average, even with the rockets gone, they had to fuel the thing. The average plane right now only gets about, the best that we can do is like 9,000 miles on one tank. How'd they go 200? How'd they go there and back on one tank?
It was in Arizona, man. They never made it nowhere.
Yeah, man, that was a good one. It was good chopping it up with y'all, man. I'm gonna have to catch you on the next one.
All right.
I'll do the 10-4 kufi the next time. Take you down a rabbit hole.
Hey, I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna be with you, and you're gonna be like, "Wait a minute, y'all both on there?" Yeah.
Take you down that rabbit hole because they
I know.
They thousands of years ahead of us, man. They probably already captured the aliens and realized that they look like me and you, and don't want to let us know that they look like me and you, and that they was like, oh my God, these people from out of this, they not gonna realize we from out of this world.
We're the gatekeepers, but nobody wants to know that. But
the only beings on the planet, we the only ones on the planet made out of everything that's in space.
Right. That's true.
Nobody else got the same makeup as us. We made out of the stuff that's in space.
They say we got junk DNA.
We got that vibranium that Stan Lee was making them little movies about, and everybody think it's a joke. That's real life.
It's real life. Yeah.
all right,
B.
so,
Yeah,
man. We need to wrap it up, man. We need to wrap it up.
That's good. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. It's good y'all let me on, man.
All right, peace out.
I
Peace
appreciate
out.
you, bro.
All right, but I guess I get my last words in. Appreciate everybody coming on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Share, like, pass it on. Again, how I always say, don't look in the mirror and say I love you, and don't ever be afraid that it says I love you back. Mental health is big. Understand who you are. Love who you are. Love you for you, and not love you for somebody else. Go ahead, Jerome.
Oh man, I'm on that love. I think that's what was demonstrated in Alabama more so than anything is the love for another human, and so it was demonstrated. So we should keep that same energy, as you like to say, and bring ourselves together as a united party that that has goals and aspirations for our community.
True that. True
Other
that.
than that, you know, like you said, love yourself. Um, and we'll do this again. We're coming to you on a Monday, so we're gonna get back on the regular schedule.
Yeah, we're gonna get on them Sunday. We'll get them Sunday lunches in. Them brunch. Bye,
Brunch.
y'all. It's a Three-Headed Monster podcast, y'all.
Peace.